Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. It's a program where we invite innovators, influencers, stakeholders in the blockchain and crypto space to come air their views and state of the ecosystem. So today we'll be looking at tokenization using NFTs, non-fungible tokens. There have been a lot of discussions around this particular topic. So I have with me Irina Karagyaur. Irina Karagyaur is head ambassador for Western Europe with Polkadot. So Irina, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you too. You are joining us from London. So how is London today?
We're getting ready for Christmas, so everybody's looking forward for the life to go back to normal. Hopefully soon everything will start looking a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah, I hope snows are not falling yet. Are the snows falling?
No, there's no snow. No.
Okay, let's look at tokenization using NFTs. A lot of discussion. But before we go to that particular topic, let me just have a brief about you, Irina, and your background.
So in the recent year, I've been involved in tokenization of real estate. I run my own company in London, which is Crypto FinTech Advisory, and we specialize on tokenization, NFTs, and DeFi space. I'm also a head ambassador for Western Europe at Polkadot, and I'm a regional co-chair at the Federation of Blockchain for Real Estate. And so my areas of interest is mainly NFTs and the recent boom in the DeFi space, everything that is related to staking opportunities. And yeah, smart cities is also other topic that I'm really passionate about because of my background in architecture.
As well, now you have a good background in architecture. Let's see how we dive into this particular topic. How we are talking about NFTs when it comes to tokenization now. How do we achieve tokenization using NFTs? We've seen a lot of people talking about tokenization. How are we going to be achieving this tokenization with NFTs?
So NFT, the point of NFT is that at the moment, it is very, let's say, the mainstream use of NFTs is for tokenization of, let's say, gaming things. So project like CryptoPunks or project like CryptoKitties. So by using that type of tokens, we now came to the point where crypto community realized that we can be using the same token properties for tokenizing real world assets. For instance, fashion items, furniture, any sort of collectibles and art. There has recently been an interesting exhibition in Toronto about NFTs in art. And also Art Basel in Switzerland presented for the first time an opportunity to purchase art through NFTs. So it's very new and growing market. There's no direct, there's a just, the research in tokenization of real estate through NFTs is just beginning. There's not a real world case of using NFTs for that. The main reason being is that we need land registry to be on the blockchain. However, if you look at the ways like why we want to use NFT, because NFT allows us to really involve normal people into participating in investing in real estate. As before, everything we have seen previously, you had to be an accredited investor and go for an STO offer and then wait for a year for your STO to go on the exchange. And you as an investor, you would expect liquidity to come in a year time. And there's a lot of regulations around that type of tokens. So it's quite a complex process, which in my opinion doesn't solve the promises that we are giving for the blockchain to be accessible for everybody. because in essence, STOs are not yet accessible to everybody. And what happens with NFTs, if we are talking about a small flat, for instance, with 2 shareholders, then we can produce 2 NFTs for a single unit, and one belongs to one shareholder, the other one belongs to the other shareholder. And then they are free to decide what they're doing with these tokens. Are they putting them on the exchange? Are they trading with them in any way, or are they giving it away? So it's more flexible and allows you to work with sort of smaller scale items, because you can have a QR code attached to your NFT. It's easy traceable. The ownership is easily traceable. So all these kind of qualities are, simplifying the process of access to that type of tokens.
Interesting to know how that works and function. So talking about tokenization and NFTs, and now you are equating it, bringing it, this tokenization to the real estate world. So what would be the future of real estate when it comes to this tokenization?
Well, you see, the main idea is to let young people or people who cannot afford investing in properties and diversify their portfolio. Apart from having an income, just normal income from your day job, you could have options in investments. So as people were investing in bonds and shares of companies, they can be investing in real estate through tokens. And supposedly, because you can have small fractions of the big piece of real estate, you can involve many more people into it. So you can have more liquidity for your real estate project, and you can fund your real estate project if it's still under the development stage by allowing the community to vote and to purchase tokens before the project is realized. There is a lot of discussion around smart cities and the use of different types of tokens in the smart city, because smart cities are complex, and a lot of them are still under development, and we will need many more. For instance, in Nigeria, there was a lot of discussion of building smart cities as the population is growing and is predicted to be one of the most populated countries in the next 50 years. So there's a lot of room for development, and we need to do it smart. And if you're an investor that is based somewhere in China and you want to invest in Europe or Africa or Latin America, oftentimes it's very complicated to put your money in a traditional investment in real estate, because you'd have to go through a lot of research, who are the reliable companies, doing your due diligences, understanding where is the best and safest way to place your investment. And with the blockchain, since all the information is transparent and it's traceable, there is more security and there is more confidence in somebody from outside of the country putting his money into developing a real estate project, for example. So from that point of view, we should simplify a lot of things. However, we have to understand that there are many obstacles. And again, going back to the land registry, until the point all of the countries have their land registry on the blockchain or in a public access, it is very difficult to imagine how we're going to proceed with tokenizing real estate and how we're going to simplify this procedure of investment. And checking all the AML and KYC and executing the due diligences. So hopefully, even with NFTs, we will find a way to do it maybe inside of the local framework jurisdictions. So at least inside of the country, you would be able to invest into real estate through tokens. That's my own point of view, that we should probably start locally in the countries that already have technology developed to the point where people even understand what blockchain is and what crypto is. Because another big obstacle is that a lot of ordinary people, even architects working in normal businesses, they oftentimes ask me, but what is crypto? So we're really first and foremost are facing the challenge of educating people about cryptocurrencies, about investments, about tokens, So that is a big step before we move into, talking about actual projects, because even if we talk about accredited investors and people who have been investing in real estate for a long period of time, they oftentimes do not understand how tokens work, and they still do not have that level of trust to be able to put large sums of money into this type of investment.
Thank you very much, Irina, for that wonderful insight on this. So you've been able to explain how the future talked about smart cities and tokenization of the real estate. So finally, before we draw the curtain on today's episode of Coin News Extra Interview Session, seeing that you are the ambassador for Polkadot, how has it been? How is your working experience with Polkadot, and what are some of the projects Polkadot is rolling out?
Actually, it's been amazing, and I really would like to thank everybody involved in the community and the Web3 Foundation for the support they're giving to the community. So we have recently changed the structure, and now I'm responsible for onboarding people in the UK and Ireland. So if there are development teams or creative teams that want to add value to the network, we're looking for talent to join us. There are plenty of different amazing projects like Akala Network, Robonomics, Bifrost. All of them are coming out on the Kusama network first, hopefully beginning of next year. The community is growing. We recently had Polkadot Dakota event, which really made a big impact on crowdcasting community. We had nearly 7,000 people participating, which is really exciting. So it's one of the fastest growing technologies. There are many opportunities. There are not enough developers, and if somebody even wants to learn Substrate, we give these opportunities for developers to, we have webinars, we have courses. So it's really exciting. Everything is growing really fast. You have a lot of options of how to contribute. Today I've posted on my LinkedIn a documentary by our Portuguese senior ambassador about the third generation of the web. And the documentary was actually funded from our treasury. So there are many different ways in which people can get involved in Polkadot network and express themselves and contribute to the growth of Web3. So that's really exciting.
It's exciting indeed. Thank you very much, Irina Karagyaur, for joining us today on Coin News Extra.
Thank you, Lee. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome.